In this video, you're going to learn how to use the read, draw, write method to solve word problems. So first, let's talk about read. The first thing you want to do when you have a word problem is you want to read it. So you read the problem and you think about what it means. The next step is to draw the problem. And when you're drawing the problem, you're thinking, what do I see? Can I draw something? And what conclusions can I reach from my drawing? So let's take a look at this problem. It says this table shows the weight of 3 dogs. How much more does the Great Dane weigh than the Chihuahua? Okay, so the first thing I have to do is I have to read the problem and then I have to make sense of it. Okay, so I see the 3 dogs and it wants to know how much more does the Great Dane weigh than the Chihuahua. So I'm not even going to need this golden retriever information. It's just how much more does this weigh than this. All right, my next step is to draw the problem. So I start with the Great Dane, because I'm going to try and picture that in my head. How much more does the Great Dane weigh than the Chihuahua? So I drew a line to represent the Great Dane because I don't have to draw an elaborate picture. And I'm going to think about the Chihuahua. And when I think about the Chihuahua, I think of it as smaller and that it weighs less. So this line is my Chihuahua line. All right, so that's what I can picture in my head. Now I'm going to think, what conclusions can I make? In other words, how does this relate to the problem? Well, my question is, how much more does the Great Dane weigh than the Chihuahua? So I do see that the Great Dane is more. It wants to know how much more. So it wants me to find out this part. So now I've done my read and my draw. It's time for me to write. And when I write, basically, I am writing an equation or multiple equations to solve it. So when I think about this picture, I can think of it as the Chihuahua plus this will equal the Great Dane. Because remember, I'm trying to find out what this is. So this is my blank right here. Or I could think of it as the Great Dane minus the Chihuahua will tell me the difference between them. So that is how you use the read, draw, write strategy. In your journal, go ahead and write down what you learned about the read, draw, write strategy.